In today's video, I'm putting in a new gear shifter in my automatic transmission for my F350. It is sloppy and rickety, and I'm sick of it. So let's get to work. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Robert Lewis, and today I'm working on my year 2000 F350. This is a 7.3 liter Power Stroke truck, but we're not working on the engine today. I'm working in the cab. I have a gear shifter that is sloppy and terrible. You know what, I'll show you that right now. Let's look. Look at this thing, wiggling all over the place. Half the time I don't even know what gear I'm in. I have to kind of jiggle back and forth in each as I'm selecting each one on the indicator. I'm tired of that, so I'm putting in a new one. Be nice and fresh. I did pop the plastic off a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, and saw that the little end of this shift lever is all ground apart, and there's little pieces of metal shavings down in there. So I'm gonna put a new one in and hopefully tighten this up. I also got some bushings for the column, and that should tighten it up too. I'm proud to say I did not cheap out. I got a Motorcraft shifter. Let's take a look. I haven't even opened this yet. In the blue packaging. All right, look at that. Oh, the shift boot is nice. Mine is all ripped up and disgusting looking. The end cap is also broken off and missing. Man, this gonna be like a new truck. Wow. So while I spared no expense on that, I did cheap out on this. But hey, these little bushings that go on that shift column are just cheap little plastic things. And I couldn't find any Motorcraft anyways. So, dormant it is. All right, I'm gonna start tearing apart that steering column. But first, I'm gonna be disconnecting the battery because I do not need my airbags blowing up in my face. I don't think that's how that works, but I'm not taking any risks on that one. All right, let's go. All right, now it's time to take the column apart. To do that, you need to put the ignition in on, and then right underneath here is a little button that you press up on. You have to jiggle this back and forth a little bit. It's a little tricky. Go. And that just pulls right out. Let's set that aside. Next, I'm going to use a screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver. Pull this. There's 3 screws at the bottom of this thing. And now on the other side over here, the adjustment lever for your steering column just needs to be removed. It's threaded. That's what it looks like. Set that down out of the way. Now this top cover can come out. I think I should have lowered this column a little bit first. So I'm going to put this back in real quick. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you lower the column. Okay. Now, push this up. And it's connected on the top here too. There's what it looks like on the top. So you need to lift that up off of that little post right there. This hole fits down over that post. That's a little tricky to seal. That Let me rotate my light. There we go. So this post here, this is where this gets mounted onto and pushed down on. So look how disgusting that is. All right, and I've got another wire to disconnect I'm going to have to loosen the column and lower it to reach it. I need to do that anyways. I need to lower this column anyways to get those bushings around this shift tube. 13mm deep socket on an extension is what you'll need to get this out. And there are 4 bolts. Alright, this is the electrical connector for the overdrive. I'll be pulling that out in just a second. But I have now lowered this column down by removing the top 2 bolts. There are 2 more that are further back. I've left them in place so that it pivots down and stays in place. I don't want to be disconnecting everything, but you can see the bolts right there around this. This is the shift tube right here. So right here are 2 bolts, and there's a bushing right here. See, that's slid down and out from underneath this little containment strap, and down in there further, I'll move the light around so you can see that the bushing is all chewed up. It's in multiple pieces down there. So a new bushing will go in right there. I'm going to reach in there with a hex socket and remove that strap, put in a new bushing. I'll do that with both of them. Now look directly below where this shifter is connecting. You can see all those metal filings. I'm going to take this apart in a moment. I'm hoping that these filings are from the shift lever and not the shift tube, but that is to be determined. And one final note, in order to remove this shift lever, you have to, there's a little pin right here that goes from the top pushing down. There it is, you can see it a little better there. So I'm going to be pushing this from the bottom to pop it out, and then the whole thing will be removed. Look at that. I will say, this thing does not appear to be worn. This is metal, this is steel. That's aluminum over there. Those shavings that I see down below are more than likely aluminum coming from this shift tube. But I'm gonna first try putting new bushings in both locations and put this back together and see what it feels like. I think that's going to make up for a lot of the slop that I feel in this shifter. I'll decide later if I need a new shift tube, but for now, that's what I'm going to do. I've encountered a problem. This is the pin that needs to be punched out of the existing. And right here I have the old, or existing, and the new. This is very, very snug right here. It needs to be, I can't even get it started. I'd have to use my hammer to punch it in and press it into place. On this one, it just goes all the way in, and I can remove it easily. So that's going to be a problem, and I've been thinking about it for a few minutes. What I'm going to do is go to the hardware store and find a bolt that is this diameter and find a couple of washers and maybe a locking nut with a a nylon washer, a nylon locker on it, or maybe just a nut and then use some blue Loctite. That's probably what I'll do. I think that's going to be tighter, is use some blue Loctite to hold that together. So I'll get something that has the same diameter so that it's not wobbly on the as the bolt sits inside that shaft, and then lock it together. All right, I'm going to go to the hardware store and try to find something. Wish me luck. Okay, this is the pin, and this is what I got at the hardware store. I have already assembled it in the truck. I got one, this is 1.5 inches long. I got one that was 1.25 inches, and it was perfect. I used the nylon bolt, or the bolt with the nylon stopper, along with some Loctite, blue Loctite. Belt and suspenders, you know me. All right, I got it all together, and I'll show you what it looks like now. There it is. How's that look? I hope that's focusing. Perfect length. There's very little wiggle on this now. In the meantime, I've also put these all together. The new bushings are in here. This is really tight now. I put blue Loctite on all 4 of these Torx 30 bolts. So now I'm going to put these plastic covers back on and bolt it up. Check this out. This works so well. It is so nice. It is so much smoother than it was before. I cannot even believe it. I should have done this years ago. I've been dealing with a sloppy shifter like that for years and had no idea how bad it really was. You know, these things just kind of creep away on you, get worse and worse, and you don't really have a good way of gauging that. It's like the frog in the pot, you know. Well, that's the end for today's video. Thank you so much for following along. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.